Over the centuries, women's condition has been characterized by social, political, and legal inferiority. This was based on an alleged physical and intellectual inferiority, and on the fear that women's work could jeopardize men's work. Women were the so-called angels in the house. However, in the 20th century, things began to change. Historiography defined it the century of women. Persevering women fought for gender equality, succeeding in taking part more actively in their country's public life through the right to vote, the right to education, equal labor conditions and pay, and divorce and abortion rights. In the 20th century, during the two world wars, the lack of male manpower forced women to replace men in every sector. From this moment, women could be not only writers and philosophers, but also scientists, doctors, pedagogues, artists, and more recently soldiers, receiving acknowledgement and awards for their work. Over time, women have conquered all kinds of working places. Women who are subjugated to men do not exist anymore, at least in Western countries, even if they still have to cope with abuse and violence, as the news reminds us every day. Pope John Paul II, in his letter to women, exhorted people all over the world to recognize women's contribution to humanity, a contribution that is not inferior to that of men, and that it is often made in other conditions. He exhorted people to remember not only famous women, but all women. Feminine genius expresses itself in everyday life. He thanks women not only because they are mothers, wives, daughters, sisters, and workers who are consecrated. He thanks women for the simple fact of being a woman, for their unique and essential contribution to the improvement and advancement of mankind. How do women contribute to the enrichment and progress of society? Women enrich the world not only by procreating, but also with their intelligence, personality, and talents. In the past, women who succeeded in emerging in a masculine society were very few, and often came from the aristocracy or upper middle class. In the 20th century, instead, more and more girls succeeded in improving their worth and in demonstrating that geniality was not only a masculine gift, and that women were able to reach society. Women's contribution did not and does not express itself only in the humanistic sphere, but in every aspect of human life. Millions of them dedicated and dedicate their lives to improving women's life and the world in general, but there are some who stood out by giving voice to millions who could not shine in a male-dominated society. The fields of politics and human and civil rights include some of the personalities who changed the world, such as Eleanor Roosevelt, Rosa Parks, Golda Meir, Evita Peron, and Margaret Thatcher. They committed themselves to the good of their country and to improving living conditions. The artistic field has many aspects: literature, philosophy, painting, sculpture, photography, fashion, and entertainment. It is a universe studded with stars, studied not only with lights but also with shadows, a universe made of women with their dreams, feelings, and passions. In the educational field, one name in particular stands out: Maria Montessori. She brought radical changes in the way adults behaved with children and, more importantly, created the observation method, based on the freedom of children in their spontaneous manifestations. Among the consecrated women, one name immediately springs to mind: Mother Teresa of Calcutta, who spent her entire life taking care of the poorest of the poor, and hence making clear the love message of the Gospel. As regards the scientific and technological field, Many women did research for the advancement of living conditions and for the advancement of our knowledge of the world. There have also been many pioneers in the sports and military fields. Maybe they are less known, but nonetheless important for the achievement of gender equality in every sector of society. They contributed and still contribute with their genius to the advancement and improvement of society. They enrich humanity. Thank you, every woman, for the simple fact of being a woman.